A little cooler than we saw yesterday, but
Yeah.
still, I'm just thankful it's not like it was a couple weeks ago.
Yes, and there are clearing skies across the big lake as well, Blake.
Yes, we're going to bask in some sunshine, especially by the end of the week, Juliet and Elena, and I think that's going to stretch throughout the entirety of the weekend. If we bank on more sunshine this weekend, that would be the third weekend in a row where we have seen a fair amount of sunshine. Not too often we get to say that in the midst of winter. 13 weather ball is solid green, no change foreseen in the way of our temperatures tomorrow compared to today, so it will be slightly cooler than average for our Thursday, but no Arctic air in sight, and by far we are going to remain on the dry side. 13 weather ball brought to you by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. Today, however, was a typical gray winter day. The cloud coverage locked in here at home. Just enough cool air over the Great Lakes region to support this lake effect cloud deck, and it's remained stubborn all day long. But notice the view out of Fremont there. This is looking westward. You can see that sliver of clearing on the other side of the big lake. Skies are completely clear, and in due time we will see the cloud coverage break up, especially by the end of tomorrow. But you can see that cloud deck encompassing the entirety of the lower peninsula, and there's enough moisture up in northern lower Michigan, parts of the UP, and then up towards upstate New York for lake effect snow. Here in West Michigan, outside of a few passing flurries today, that's all we saw in the way of snowfall off the big lake. Temperatures with the cloud coverage overhead, it struggled. Upper 20s to around 30 degrees, a couple degrees below average here on this 11th of February. And the wind is coming out of the north and west. That's reinforcing this cooler air mass. But the wind is going to relax this evening through tonight and really over the next several days. Numbers tonight will fall into the teens, and then tomorrow will climb to around 30, give or take a degree or two on either side. But with the wind diminishing over the next 24 hours, that will cause the cloud deck to lose its support off of Lake Michigan, or at least off the Great Lakes itself. And this is the look at the wind. Yeah, it turns rather calm by the end of tonight through our Thursday. So our hour-by-hour forecast will be under that mostly cloudy sky through tonight, likely remaining under a gray sky tomorrow morning. But as we lose support off the big lake, you can see that some clearing takes place by the end of tomorrow. So we're optimistic that we'll sneak out some sunshine by the end of tomorrow, and that definitely will be the case as Friday goes on into the weekend. What changes Friday into the weekend is that our wind starts to turn to the south. Not only will that allow for more sunshine, but it will also moderate our temperatures into the middle to upper 30s on Friday to around 40 Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to see the snowpack shrink even more over the next several days. It really won't tomorrow with the cooler temperatures, but Friday into the weekend, we're going to see the snowpack shrink even more, and that will continue into next week as well. All signs point to no Arctic air mass, and at the very least, no winter weather at all through early next week, with temperatures soaring through the 40s, and there is some support on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we could make a run at 50 degrees because, again, there's no Arctic air to speak of. Our air mass is originating off of the Pacific Ocean. That's a generally mild air mass for our standards here in February. As we go farther into early next week, the quiet weather remains. There will be a passing system to our north on Monday. Not in our forecast for now. Tuesday looks dry, and our next incoming system will be towards that Wednesday time frame. And as of now, with the trend being on the warmer side of things, this would just mean rainfall here in West Michigan. That's a week out. We'll see how it goes, but that's what signs are pointing to, and the Climate Prediction Center backs it up. All this in red, the eastern half of the country just supporting a higher probability of above average warmth. And high temperatures as we head towards the second half of February climb into the middle 30s, and our forecast has more days than not above 40 degrees. Temperatures tonight falling into the teens to around 20 at the lakeshore, into the teens away from the lakeshore under that mostly cloudy sky. The wind continues to relax. The bottom line, it's another quiet night ahead of us. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. Smooth sailing through the weekend. If anything, more sunshine Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Valentine's Day will be as quiet as it can be, and we'll carry on those warmer temperatures, at least for this point of winter, into early next week.